Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at Mad World Tarot. I'm rather late this evening. We have been singing, as we very often do on Tuesday afternoons, evenings, so I'm a little bit hoarse, and I was hoping that the rain would abate somewhat so I wouldn't have to shout over the rain as I did have to yesterday, but it's just getting worse. So I'm jumping on now, doing my readings, and apologies for the deafening racket outside. African rain, this is what it sounds like. And anyway, I have got the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot on the tarot table this evening. I'm going to be looking at the story that's going around about the costs Harry might be having to count. That is the legal costs. A lawyer, Mark Stevens, has come out and told Newsweek that Harry's costs could reach $15 to $20 million if he loses all of his cases. Of course, he has just lost that one judicial review application, a minor case in comparison with everything else, but the costs for that were several hundreds of thousands of pounds. Apparently he's going to appeal that, but I thought it'd be interesting to have a look at this and see what he's in for costs wise of all this seemingly rather unwise litigation, if he thought it through before he started, and how it's going to go for him, whether he will actually pay, even his attitude to this. Should the taxpayer just pick up the tab? Oh, it stopped the rain, I mean. Or should Daddy Charles pick up the tab? All that kind of stuff. Celtic Cross coming up with the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. And the lawyer, he said, I think Harry has taken it upon himself to sponsor the London Legal Village. And as a lawyer, I welcome that. Ha ha ha. Of course, Harry is single-handedly reforming the British press, according to his spin that he's putting out, but at the same time feathering the nests of many lawyers. And of course, in my opinion, they're not going to say, I don't think that's wise, I don't think you should do it. Unlimited funds has been. Sorry, I'm wearing a wrap, it's very cold and it's landing on my microphone, so if strange sound effects are happening in addition to the rain, that's what's going on. Anyway, Celtic Cross coming up, and I have to remind you, of course, that this is all just tarot for fun and entertainment, especially when we're talking about legal proceedings. And it's all my opinion or speculation. I read on energy here, archetypal energy, and so we can learn from what has-been is going through, and I can't shuffle tonight. Not that it matters, whatever happens, the universe knows what is going on. And disclaimer in the box below, please read it. Please also note the copyright sign and the little card on the corner here that this reading belongs to me here at Mad World Tarot. And one more shuffle and then we're good to go, and I don't have to shout so much anymore, which is also wonderful. That was the Justice card that came out in reverse, just by the way. And Celtic Cross coming up, rain coming back. Fluffy is fine, for those of you who are worried about her. She's absolutely fine. Recovered from her shock of thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening. And all is well. Luckily the dog is deaf, so he doesn't even notice that this is going on. And there you have the cards. Let's see what is going on. Five of Cups in reverse as our underlying energy. That is regret, remorse, fixated on something that has gone wrong. And of course, a lot of this legal stuff that he's doing is because he is fixated on the past. He seems to be fixated on the fact that he got to marry Meghan Markle instead of Chelsea Davy. Oops. Not really the thing to say. Not this kind of stuff you would expect a gentleman to say. But there it is. A lot of sorrow, a lot of regret, a lot of remorse, and a lot of shuffling cards around on the tarot table. Anyway, I'm getting in touch with the energy as I do this. That's why I touch the cards. It helps to feel them, feel the energy. situation for Harry with these costs and with the cases? Well, Eight of Pentacles is a work in progress, someone working very hard. He thinks that he's doing God's work, and I'm being sarcastic, of course, by reforming the British press single-handedly, the tabloids. So yeah, he's clocking up bills here with the Ace of Pentacles, but he thinks it's justified and it's okay. It's all for a good cause. It's all part of the stuff. The lawyers are assuring him, don't worry. Of course, it's going to, clock up, but these are our billable hours and these are the things we have to do. And the photocopying and the clerk and the whatever that you have to pay for. I don't know. My new briefcase and my new wig and my new gown and my holiday home in Mallorca or wherever. That's the Eight of Pentacles. This is work. This is business. This is how it goes. He's not worried. He's not worried right now. What might be besetting him at this point? What might be blocking him? Magician is making fetch happen, manifesting. He's trying very hard to manifest, and we've seen some rather spurious evidence presented to the courts, and it turns out that Harry himself was the source of some of the evidence. In an interview that he gave about golf clubs for his 18th birthday, he was the source of that story. The thief, the hacker, that fellow turned out to his evidence all turned out to be misrepresented, and or just somebody else making stuff up. I can't remember the exact ins and outs of it, but he's struggling to make this fly. He's struggling to get people to believe his narrative. It's very much about spin, the magician, very much about pulling the rabbit out of the hat at the strategic moment. And he's got to show up. I think it's within the next week. It's why I've decided to do this reading now. He's got to show up. He's got to take the witness stand. He's going to be grilled by apparently quite a terrifying barrister. So he's struggling to convince everybody that he is right. He himself believes he is right, of course, in my opinion. So let's see what's going on behind the scenes with his lawyers. What is going on? Is he worried? Are there whispers? Are there, the Strength card in reverse? That's interesting, because of course the wife won that spurious, I'm going to use that word a lot, I feel, in the coming days, court case, that privacy thing, the copyright case. The letter she wrote was that for calligraphy to dear daddy, telling daddy what an awful man he was, and she was severing all ties with him. And then mysteriously it got released to 5 friends, and then daddy allowed the Daily Mail to print excerpts from the letter. That's Meghan. She won. How come he isn't winning? I think that's the kind of conversation that's going on. She told me it was a dead cinch. I think I've mixed metaphors there. It's a dead cert. It would be a cinch. It would be so easy. We just bowl them over and they'd all roll up and die. The judges are convinced that if you're a member of the British royal family, particularly if you're a pregnant one about to suffer from a miscarriage, you don't have to show up in court. You don't have to give evidence. It's all fine. You'll just win. And then the taxpayer will pay. I'm being very snarky in case you haven't noticed. But there it is. This is not going the way he thought it was going to go. How come our case is so weak? How is this that we lost something? It's beyond belief. It defies belief. What's his focus on right now? His focus, he's a little bit defensive. He's a little bit wary now. He's braced for more bad news. With the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is somebody who does research and looks into things, and he might even be Googling and learning how to use Google and trying to figure out what these cost things are that he's only just heard of, like apparently he didn't know what a mortgage was. Perhaps it's only just dawned on him that actually it costs money to get legal representation, to take cases in courts of law. It costs, and he might just have found that out. Our little adventurous Page of Swords there. What was his expectation going into this? How confident was he? How informed was he? Anything universe would like to tell us? And there was a decision about this. It wasn't just, off we go. It'll be so easy, and we'll just knock them down and win. There was thought that went into this thought, and I'm tempted to quote the Jabberwock, the uffish thought. I can't imagine it was deep and penetrating thought, but it was the Two of Pentacles, which is, okay, we've only got X amount of money, and if we're going to have to buy Madame a tiara every day and a new face every second week, new shoes, and then we're going to have to pay for the security, and then we're going to have to hire those SUVs from Hertz. How are we going to afford this? So money was an issue. It was, in the contemplating, in the strategizing, in the deciding. Two of Pentacles is a choice point. Do we have the money? Can we afford this? And I'm sure that Strength down here in reverse, Madame the Leo, said, don't you worry, we're going to win big. Let's see how they're going to go. In the near future, what's going to happen, there's one big court case in the... we got the Empress in reverse. I'm tempted to say there might even be a miscarriage, but the Empress in reverse is the reverse of abundance. Things wither on the vine instead of growing and blossoming and being indulgent and being successful and being adored and popular. It all goes sour, it all goes south. So it looks like he's got problems coming up with the forthcoming case, the one that he's coming to testify, I'm not in the UK, going to testify in a week or so's time. It looks as if he has got some problems there, and he could even have problems with the lady wife, strategic problems, because our Page of Swords is very strategic. He plans, he researches, and he plans, and there could be some sort of strategy being cooked up, a bit like the near catastrophic car chase in New York. We might have a near catastrophic something involving a mother, a pregnancy, a miscarriage, one of those things. I'm being very snarky in this reading, and it is all for fun and entertainment, and all just my opinion. What's his attitude to costs as a concept? Does he respect the court, and will he pay, or does he think, oh well, it's not my problem? I think, oh well, it's not my problem. Knight of Pentacles, but Knight of Pentacles has come out in the reverse. That is a Harry card because it's an earth sign prince, quite literally, the Knight of Pentacles. In reverse, it's in its shadow energy. Upright, it's reliable, it's steady, it's yes, I'll pay, even if I have to have some sort of payment program or scheme, and mortgage the house and all the rest of it. I was even going to say we might have to go sailing, a little bit of yachting. But again, some snark there. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. He might just say, well, no, I don't pay. I got the same card, very similar energy when I was looking at that rumor that the Parkles denied hotly but didn't sue over that Harry has 2 escape rooms, one in Montecito and one in LA. And I asked if he was up to date with his bills, and I got this card in reverse, and for me that meant that he wasn't, that there were unpaid bills, and I think there are going to be some unpaid bills. This is my opinion, it's pure speculation. It's how I'm reading the energy of these cards in this reading. So what pressure is he under? And we're talking financial pressure. Is all good in the land of, I nearly said Oz, but in the land of Montecito is all good. We got the Page of Cups. It's a bit of a take out your begging bowl card. It might be Dear Daddy, that kind of letter that is being written. It's communications that are somewhat apologetic, somewhat manipulative, trying to charm somebody, trying to woo somebody. I think he thinks he can weasel his way out of this. Fluffy has come in from the rain for the remainder of this reading. I do think with that Page of Cups that he feels somehow he's going to remind Daddy that he's Daddy's darling boy. It's darling boy. It's juvenile energy. It's not mature. It's not owning up. It's not taking ownership of the situation that he's got himself into, which does seem rather sticky with the Strength card in reverse and the Empress coming up and the Page of Swords there. Yeah, I think there's some negotiations, some sort of begging letter going out, help, that he might have to do that if the costs bill does become astronomical. We'll find out how big it's going to be. His hopes and fears for these court cases, for the money aspect of them, and he does worry that this isn't going to go his way with the Three of Pentacles. It's a collaboration, it's the team, his legal team, people you instruct, people who do what you're bidding. And he does have a vague thought, and I would say it's just a vague thought, that things might not go his way, that the legal team might not win every battle. I don't think it entered his mind in the beginning, because of the Strength card in reverse, that I think he was told this is guaranteed, absolutely. Royal family doesn't go to court and lose. The Leo is very royal, of course, as well. It's just unheard of for a royal to go to court and lose. I'm imagining this, speculating. It's what the energy is telling me to say. So, what is the outcome? Is Harry going to win big, or is he going to lose big when it comes to these court cases, and in particular the matter of costs? We got the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Cups, I do apologize. It's not a money card, but it is a delusion card. It's not telling me lose big. I've got Five of Cups sitting underneath, which is the card of regret that sits under all of here and thinks, oh no, why did I do this? But I think that he's going to persevere with this, despite the evidence of his own eyes, despite what goes on in the courts, despite what everyone else tells him. He's going to maintain his ignorance with that Seven of Cups. Something is going to happen here. It could be that he loses, or it could be that something happens in the marriage with the wife that deflects attention away from these court cases. A very strategic thing that could happen. I say strategic because of the Page of Swords. But outcome, I'm not getting $15 to $20 million loss in costs. Not at all. I'm getting someone who might sail away from this, not realizing the consequences of what has happened. Because the Seven of Cups is maintaining that sense of willful ignorance. I'm getting, those are the words that are coming to me in this reading, that he still thinks that he can snatch victory from the jaws of defeat in this thing. There is still the laurel wreath, there's still the gifts, there's still the cup, even though it's got a serpent in it. It's possible. So we're not getting a direct answer. We're more getting his state of mind, and his state of mind is of delusion. And point back down to this Knight of Pentacles in reverse here, where I'm not seeing somebody who takes this seriously, somebody who's manning up and saying, it's on me. Whatever happens, I will pay up. I'm getting the idea that whatever happens, the begging letter is going to go out and someone else will pay up, and I will just maintain my willful ignorance. That is all my opinion. It is all speculation and a little bit of quiet again. Thank you for watching this reading, and I'm going to hop on to the next one now.